Good evening again. Hi, Grant Jarvis. How you doing? So, for this one, it's just anyone could come in, talk about whatever you want, as long as it's within reason, and hopefully you don't show porn and stuff if you share a screen. But again, I'm pretty lenient about certain things you'll want to talk about. It's fine, but if you try to talk over people, prevent them from talking about or participating in the discussion, well, I'll probably kick you out and I'll probably ban you. And there's no shortage of trolls out there who would rather troll someone like me who has, what, 2 people watching live, as opposed to someone like mainstream corporate media that are out there that live stream and bother them. There's someone who is a known sellout or whatever, talking head for the oligarchs and controllers of the masses. But of course, you're probably an agent of those controllers, but that's okay. Eventually you'll switch over to the good side. That's what I'm hoping. And this is again, I want to thank Ronnie Fushi, who's the first person who's ever given me a super chat donation, which is awesome because I've never been on the receiving end of a super chat donation, and now I know what it's like, and it feels pretty good. And I will try to figure things out. I mean, I make a couple of mistakes, like for example, the on Vim, I didn't update the title of my last one, so if you see it on Steam, it's just gonna be a little weird. And also the timing thing right here that you see on my screen, yeah, that's not correct. I didn't adjust it recently for the time zones, the spring forward, right? So I need to fix that, and that's gonna be a pain in the butt. Let's see. Let's look at the, which is, it actually shouldn't be that bad. Let me just check where the file is located, and I could probably fix it on the spot. Hopefully people come in so I don't have to waste my voice. I'm drinking tea instead of coffee tonight, and tea got cold. Oh man, that's what happens when you talk for, like, read a 138 page book in about 3 hours and 15 minutes the previous night, and then you get sick. It's not a good combo. All right, let's see. That's in that directory on topic, and let's see. And you know, going through certain things, time zone clock, yeah, I'll go ahead and fix that. But while I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and show you guys just time that just gets sucked away. Some of the time is I do help certain people who have certain technical issues, and of course I don't charge anything. But also, let's see, rereading through, here we go, rereading through this entire thing just so I make a summary of it takes a good amount of time. And let's see, history of the United States. Yeah, so the entire summary that I had here that I just went over in my previous live stream, yeah, all of that was made by just rereading through this and trying to gather at least 10 summary points to have, and then just basically going through and highlighting all of these. Although I should have probably done a better job of taking, like, the page number and all that. There's limitations with what you can do in Kindle and how you can see it on screen. And like, I would put these in order if I could, but it's ordered automatically based on page. But still, that took just taking these notes, rereading through it, probably took at least an hour and a half, if it wasn't 2 hours or more. They lie, Ohio. Am I a flat earther? I would say most likely the earth is flat than it is a sphere. And that's because, well, I looked at the official narrative and it has many holes in it. Just like if I look into any official narrative that the government or mass media provide, and there's holes into it. And that's all I care about. If you say, well, you should believe in your government, you should believe in your media, then, well, I don't know why you're here listening to me talk. It's not like I'm someone who has a lot of viewers watching live or people who watch a lot of my videos. If you watch any of my videos, it's mostly so you can find out more information because it's something that I look into and I want to share it with people. And it's not like I try to just say, hey, just take my word for it. I want you to do your own research. Go ahead and look into the official narratives. I mean, question it. Questioning is good. It's always good to question. And that's all it is. I don't want you to look into flat earth. I want you to look into globe earth. And let's see. While I'm waiting. So this happens quite often. People don't end up joining. And it used to not be a problem before. So what I just end up doing is, well, I'll talk for a certain amount of time until I don't talk anymore. So we'll give it another 21 minutes, and if no one joins and I'm still speaking to myself, actually speaking to you, but basically I am speaking to myself, I'll end the live stream and that will be that. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and try and take a look at fixing this time zone clock issue. And I need to open it with, let's go ahead and open it with Visual Studio here. And I'll probably go ahead and share the work. Oh, that's good to know. Daylight, Ohio. That's interesting. All right, I need to adjust the viewing size here. Did I do that? Oh, here we go. And if I adjust it here, is it going to adjust it there? Probably. Anyways, let's go ahead and open up the Pacific time as well. Some boring stuff for plenty of you folks, maybe. I know you can't see it very well, but here's the code for that. It's pretty simple HTML stuff with a little bit of extra. But let's see if I could figure out the time. I'm not looking at the animation. Let's look at. I haven't edited this since November 6, 2018, and it's not adjusting for that, so it's the time zone offset. That's mostly likely what it is. So the time zone offset, if we're bringing back an hour, I would say it's going at 9. So let's move it to -9 and see if that changes anything for the Pacific time. It may not update. We'll see. Oh, it's still loading. Oh, no, it's good. All right, let's look at Pacific time. It didn't change anything. Or did it? No, it did not, did it? Let me double check on the time. And if I change it to a different file, will that work? Just so you guys know, what I'm trying to do is update the times right here that you guys see. That way it reflects the updated time. Let's see. Let's switch it to the Eastern time, and then let's switch it back to the Pacific time and see if that fixes it. There we go. Yeah. Now everything's off a little bit, so I'm gonna have to readjust that too. That's a problem. So let's go. I need to move it up an hour. So instead of -8, I should go on to -7. And we'll change that to Eastern time, and then back to Pacific time. There we go, and we'll do the same with here. We'll move it back to -4. And switching from Eastern time to Pacific time. And then we'll switch it back to Eastern time. And everything's out of sync, so let's go ahead and move it to something else so it resets. It may not reset. That might be a problem. Let's go to Zoom only. All right, let's see if that can reset. And let's go back to the chat. Nope, it's messed up. So let's take those both offline and back. No. All right, the timing of it is all off. I think it won't restart the timing of it very accurately. Anyways, let's get the time of Eastern time and let's keep it there. How about that? All right. So that'll be fixed for the next time. And yeah, this is simple stuff. If you ever want to see how I did it, I do have a video on it, I believe, and it's pretty easy to implement. It's only 96 lines of code, if that. So pretty simple to get that effect. Anyways, that is that. We don't need that. So what's there to talk about? Give me something to talk about. Oh, I guess I'll talk about flat earth, because usually people don't like talking about flat earth, or being against the globe earth official narrative. So the Israel parachute from space ill, that and this is focusing. An interesting thing, because I had thought that it would go without a hitch, that it would have landed on the moon, not crashed. And here's the thing about that, even though they crashed, is in 2019, last time people landed on the moon was what, late 60s? Was it late 50s? Late 50s, early 60s? Man, my history is messed up. First landing on the moon. Late 60s. Wow. It's pretty bad when I can't remember stuff like that. But yeah, so let's see, 69, it's 19, that's 50 years, right? Right. Excuse me. We got a guest, and yay, it's Shirley. Give me a second, Shirley. I need to hide the Zoom and then let you in. Okay, there we go. Hey, Shirley, how's it going? And here we go. Shirley, you there? Can't hear you. I'm not sure if that's me. It shows you talking. Can you try talking again?
Hey, Ebon.
Oh, there you are. This little. Oh, Eric is here too. Now the floodgates are open. And just so you guys know, I can trigger Shirley and Eric with just one word.
Don't say it.
Don't say it? Okay, I won't say it.
The can't go clean herself.
Yeah. Look, I didn't even have to say it. Now you guys are triggered.
Did Eric, did you hear her talking about Assange?
Oh no, I figured she would say something. What did she say?
Her and Bill was somewhere. They're gonna be here today. Later on at the Met. I hope somebody's protesting.
They're on a comedy tour or something, right?
Huh?
Aren't they on a comedy tour or something?
You mean their farewell tour?
Comedy farewell tour, but they had to lower tickets to like I think like $4 or something.
Okay. Yeah, I see the article here.
Yeah, because she made a comment because the guy that was interviewing her, I don't know where she was there. He was like, well, you got a relationship with Julian Assange. She's like, yes, I do. And she cackled. Well,
okay.
We don't prosecute journalists, but he was a hacker. He's not lying.
Hacker.
Do you want me to play it back? What she says? Fox News says, here's the title of the article. Hillary Clinton unloads on Assange, calls him only foreigner that this administration would welcome to the U.S. I wish that would be true, but let's listen in. You have to watch on YouTube.
I was actually about to do that. Hear what this cunt has to say.
I already saw it.
Oh, why is it taking so long to load? Come on, Fox. Here we go. Really? This is taking a while to load. Here, it might be my bandwidth.
And also, Ebon, you need to go to the Duran. They have a video of Tucker Carlson talking about Julian Assange. He's been doing pretty good. Yeah, he's been doing pretty good talking about issues.
Oh man, this isn't working here. Hillary Clinton.
Whoa, where is this at? That's a lot of cops.
Let's see. All right, let's see if this one plays it. All right, just give me a second. I'm gonna mute.
You have some familiarity with the work of Mr. Assange.
I do.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, is my view. But
well, look, I think it is clear from the indictment that came out. It's not about punishing journalism. It's about assisting the hacking of the military computer to steal information from the United States government. And look, I'll wait and see what happens with the charges and
you have to listen in on YouTube.
Proceeds, but you know he skipped bail in the UK. You know, Sweden had those charges, which have been dropped in the last several years. But the bottom line is he has to answer for what he has done, at least as it's been charged. I do think it's a little ironic that he may be the only foreigner that this administration would welcome to the United States.
That's it. That's it.
How about you answer for what you've done, bitch?
Ooh. I don't think she will. She's innocent, it seems. Nathan Fowler.
That kind of ain't innocent.
Says, from what I heard, Tucker Carlson wants to interview a flat earther on his show. Well, I'm probably not going to be someone that he picks. It'll be someone with bigger views, or it'll be some controlled opposition who's in a flat earth that gets picked, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't think Hillary Clinton's ever going to face charges. Neither will Bill Clinton. They're exempt, it seems.
Fuck them.
I just wish they would fucking disappear.
Until they die, you know, I don't think they're gonna leave the political scene anytime soon. There's too much money, and you know they're not getting
They're
money.
attention whores.
Yeah, they're not getting money on their tours for the public, but once they campaign, they raise a lot of money. Because they know if they do get elected, that they'll cater to the special interest groups that gave them money during their campaign. But the question is, can they win it? And I think that's what a lot of people are wondering, if it's worth giving them money. But the thing is, I don't see those people paying right now. Who's the forerunner of the Democratic nominee? That would probably be Bernie Sanders again.
Oh no, they pushing Biden.
Biden,
And they need to get with him because Trump killed him with a hammer in a debate.
Yeah, I don't think he'll win against
No.
Trump, or he won't even get as close as Hillary did. But did Biden say he's running? Did he actually?
He didn't say yet, but he got a Ukrainian problem.
He's got more than a Ukrainian problem. He's got like a touchy-feely problem as well.
Yeah, that too. But that Ukrainian problem, he got it out. It's on video. He's admitting what he did. Obama put him, after they did a coup, Obama administration did a coup in Ukraine. They put Biden in charge of something. All of a sudden, his son, Hunter, got on the board of this gas company. He does not know anything about utilities. Getting paid $100,000 a day. So a prosecutor out there was investigating that company for fraud and corruption. Biden, he literally said this on video. Yeah, I told them, you won't get that $1 billion if you don't fire that prosecutor. And you know what? They fired him. And his son's still sitting on that damn board getting paid $100,000 a day. That's his other problem. You know, Trump will hammer him on that in a debate. Along with the touchy-feely stuff, because he already put a meme out about that.
He'll be massaging Hillary Clinton cankles anytime soon. He already brought himself down to heel anyway. Well, to Clinton's cankles.
I was disgusted when I saw him bend down to kiss this boy in his lips. I said, that ain't his fucking relative. And then if it was, you wouldn't kiss a boy on his lips.
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been the biggest push to get someone who's not a white male into office, to get a female into office. So how does it make sense to push Joe Biden at this point for the Democratic Party?
I don't know. I think he's going to wait till the last minute to come in.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking he's going to win. He's going to get creamed by Trump. I'm telling you. He's going to get creamed. I love that video. That meme Trump put on Twitter with Biden in a video talking, then his hand come up on his shoulder, then you see his head peek up high. I was cracking up.
It was pretty funny. I love the meme.
It was. I was cracking up.
Like, I'm not gonna vote, but if I did vote, I would probably be Tulsi Gabbard.
Me too.
Me too. What about you?
Yeah, I'm really looking for Tulsi though, but I'm still unsure.
Yeah.
Because Bernie's still silent on Julian Assange. He's just been jacked up, calling the face of his Facebook supporters Russian bots and shit like that. I think he's going to be on State of the Union Sunday, and I'm quite sure they're going to ask him about Julian Assange. He's going to have to answer.
Yeah.
Good, we want him to answer.
Yeah.
Start calling out these politicians now and getting them on camera.
They ranked Tulsi Gabbard pretty
And
low.
Cory
in Rolling
Booker
Stone.
made a slip talking about black people don't need reparation. They just need jobs. I'm like, oh my God. He's just burying himself. Because African Americans not voting for anybody unless they talking about our issues, their history. That's it. That's what they done to us. They got to talk about it. They want to talk about these immigrants. Oh, did you hear in New York that they passed a bill they passed a bill not to pay free tuition for Gold Star families for college, but they passed it for giving it to illegal immigrants.
How does that make you feel?
My thing, what they trying to do, they trying to bring these immigrants in here because they know black folks are tired of the Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
So they bring them in to vote for them.
Yeah.
I know what they're trying to do. Because Coretta Scott King signed a letter in 1990 or 1986 mentioning about immigrants coming in, taking over African American jobs, mediocre jobs, construction and things like that.
You know, all they care about is having low wage workers, so they don't have as much overhead. And of course, politicians are notorious for lying. That's what they do. They say one thing so they could do the other. And when they're in office, what else can people do? It's like, oh, wait, they lied during their campaign. Well, they're in office. What can we do? People don't realize, yeah, you could do a lot, but you don't. And that's why corruption keeps reigning supreme, because no one does anything. And if you do, you're being shown as violent. It's like, no. The violence is being done to us through these corrupt acts, and we're just trying to get these violent people out of office. And doing that is not violent. It's like saying, hey, stopping a killer or stopping a rapist is a violent act. It is not.
It's a self-defense.
Yep.
I think they want us to do a purge. That's why they made that movie The Purge.
A propaganda movie.
Yeah. Because I'm like, why would somebody come up with some shit like this? The city shut down and everybody can do what they want to one another. It seems like that's something the government want to do.
That's why we don't let it happen. Don't give them what they want. They'll whine like a bunch of brats.
Yeah.
Because that's how I really do treat these politicians nowadays. They're just nothing more than establishment whining brats for the deep state.
Hey, did you hear Avenatti is being his wife, ex-wife, is saying he's not paying child support? Coming to find out, he owns a private jet. This guy is digging himself deeper and deeper. He's still saying things about Nike.
Hey,
and he's been indicted on that.
Just so you know, 4 years ago today, Hillary Clinton started her campaign for the presidency in 2016. In April 12th.
Whatever.
Aren't you excited for Hillary Clinton to be running again?
Fuck no.
Hell no.
I can't stand that woman.
Same here.
I didn't like her when she was first lady. Did you know she tried to fill furniture when she left the Secretary of State office too?
Oh no, she did.
Yeah.
She really likes that White House furniture.
Lionel Nature calls them white trash. Yeah, because she did, and when they left the White House, and she did it when she was Secretary of State.
Didn't they just like steal shit from the White House after they left?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They did that, and she did it again as Secretary of State.
Man, she's a thieving bitch.
She's got. There's no restrictions for her.
No.
Okay. Just like all politicians.
I just never forget how
restrictions.
I just never forget how she reacted toward Gaddafi's death, because he died a horrible death. Horrible. Sodomized with a sword.
Jeez.
And paraded around the streets. I saw that video. That was disgusting. They're trying to shut down all these socialist countries. I don't know why they're scared of socialism. It's not a bad word.
Socialism, communism, it's been propagandized for a long, long time.
Yeah, I mean, these countries take care of their people. Gaddafi was giving his people free electricity, free tuition college, health care.
Hey, look,
on.
We don't want money going towards the workers. We want money going towards the 1%. You know, that's what our taxes are for. It's not for the American people. It's for the people who own the American people. So
My
that's
thing is,
socialism.
majority of those people with money are miserable. They are miserable.
I don't know about that. I think some of them are probably doing okay. Other people.
No, they're miserable. Even though they have the money, they're miserable.
Maybe.
Because money don't make you. I don't care how much money you have. It doesn't make you happy. You just want to hurt other people.
What if that's just a rumors or a narrative pitch to make people not want to make money? Do you ever think about it that way?
No, I don't never think of it that way. They too greedy.
It's funny
they
how
have no empathy.
It's funny that a lot of these polls are showing that Trump is going to be losing to most of the Democratic candidates.
Those polls are a hoax, just like it was in 2016. Just like they had Bernie far behind and Biden ahead of Bernie. Those are crackpots.
Yeah. Man, I can't believe they're pitching Joe Biden as being the most exciting candidate to run against President Trump in a lot of these polls.
I used to love Joe Biden when he was just a senator. He was just like a regular guy, taking the train every day to Washington. But then I found out his record, his speeches he did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, whoa. And how he treated Anita Hill. And then with this Ukrainian deal with his son. And then I found it creepy when he allowed Bo's wife to be with Hunter. What the kids gonna call Hunter? Bo's kid. Uncle Joe, Uncle Hunter, or Daddy Hunter. That's sick. It sounds like the monarch in England. And Biden gave them their blessing. They had to be messing around when Bo was living. I think Bo was cleaner than his father.
And I hate looking through all these mainstream corporate media news snippets. I mean, things just change so much in just 1 year of their little polls and their predictions and things like that.
You should find a clip of Tucker Carlson on the Duran.
What do you mean?
It's a clip of him talking about Julian Assange.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did a good job about it. He's the only one on Fox News because Sean Hannity has Assange on all the time. He done backed away from him. But Tucker Carlson, he talked about, I think it was the night before last, but the Duran has it on their website. I watch them when they give their live shows.
Let's see. Which one should I show?
They'll talk about an article will say Tucker Carlson on Assange, something like that.
Yeah, well, there's two that I see. Tucker Carlson, what was Julian Assange's crime? There's one where Assange's real sin was preventing Hillary Clinton from, I would say, being president. And then there's one where people are mad at Assange instead of Obama.
No, go to the Duran. They have the actual video.
Duran?
Duran. The Duran.
Duran Group?
No, it's just the Duran.com.
Oh. That doesn't get me anywhere.
Oh, you on Google?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I always go over to Firefox and I find stuff. I had to save stuff on there.
TheDuran.com. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I thought you just said Duran. Just Duran.
No, the Duran.
Okay. All right, so he says here. Let's see. How long is this? It's 6 minutes.
Well, if you watched a lot of the coverage of this story today on television, you
likely
came away with the understanding that Julian Assange
I'm playing it back.
Kind
you
of
can listen on
Russian
YouTube.
Spy who's in trouble tonight because he stole classified documents from the U.S. government. That is not true. It's factually incorrect. Saying so is not a defense of Assange. We're not here to promote him or excuse any number of things he said over the years that we disagree with quite a lot. But just so it's clear, whatever his sins, Assange did not steal documents from the United States government. He did not hack the DNC servers. He didn't break into John Podesta's Gmail account. There is no proof that he is working for the Russian government or ever has worked for the Russian government. Assange has never been charged with any of that and wasn't today, no matter what they tell you. If you're upset about the theft of classified documents from the U.S. government, and there is reason to be, we already know who did that. A 22-year-old Army private named Bradley Manning, now called Chelsea Manning. In 2013, Manning pleaded guilty to stealing secret material and got 35 years in prison for it. Shortly after that, Barack Obama commuted Manning's sentence. This allowed Manning to leave jail decades early, go back on television as a commentator, and then run for political office. So if your real concern is America's national security, you have someone to be angry at, Barack Obama. And yet, strangely, nobody is. Instead, they're furious at Julian Assange for printing the documents that other people stole. Quote, Julian Assange has long been a wicked tool of Vladimir Putin and the Russian intelligence services, wrote professional moralizer Ben Sass, who also serves in the U.S. Senate. He deserves to spend the rest of his life in prison. Wicked? The rest of his life in prison? Idi Amin ate people and never faced this kind of scorn. Not even close. Nor, for the record, was Amin ever extradited. He died at 78 years old in his own bed, leaving behind 43 loving children. So what's going on here? A couple of things. First, Julian Assange embarrassed virtually everyone in power in Washington. He published documents that undermined the official story on the Iraq War and Afghanistan. He got Debbie Wasserman Schultz fired from the DNC. He humiliated Hillary Clinton by showing that the Democratic primaries were, in fact, rigged. Pretty much everyone in Washington has reason to hate Julian Assange. Rather than just admit that straightforwardly, he made us look like buffoons, so now we're sending him to prison. Instead, they're denouncing him as, you guessed it, a Russian agent. Watch Senator Richard Blumenthal explain.
Justice should come to Julian Assange for his role in Russian meddling in our election, and the sooner the better.
Okay, so once again, just to be totally clear, no one has ever shown that Julian Assange is a Russian agent. The indictment against him today does not say that. It doesn't mention Russia at all. But that has not stopped virtually every politician in Washington from repeating Senator Blumenthal's line, including many Republicans. Robert Mueller nearly killed the Russia collusion hoax. Julian Assange is allowing them to keep it alive. You'd think journalists would say something about this. Assange is, after all, one of them. What do you call a man who publishes news for a living? Assange is no sleazier than many journalists in Washington. He's definitely not more anti-American. He's broken stories the New York Times would have won Pulitzers for, and yet many of his colleagues have disowned him. Oh, please, wrote Alexia Campbell of Vox. Assange is no journalist. We know who he works for, meaning Russia. Julian Assange is not a journalist, explained Jelani Cobb of The New Yorker without actually explaining. Ken Delanian of NBC, who doesn't so much cover the national security state as write memos on its behalf, noted that, quote, many believe that if Assange ever was a journalist, those days ended a long time ago. At NBC, when they tell you many believe something, it means they believe it. So why all the hostility to Julian Assange? Well, we'll let former Democratic staffer and current CNN anchor Jim Sciutto explain. Assange's real sin was preventing Hillary Clinton from becoming president.
He is central to several cases. He's central to Russian interference in the election. U.S. intelligence views him as a middleman, a cutout, that he was, in effect, part of this interference. He's central, too, to questions about what the Trump administration, or Trump campaign, I should say, knew prior to the release of those materials, right? What were the communications between Roger Stone, et cetera? It's possible that this is something President Trump himself is not particularly excited about.
It's remarkable to watch this. It's bewildering, actually. There was a time not so long ago, really, when reporters didn't applaud the arrest of other journalists for publishing information. In 1971, the Washington Post and the New York Times published a trove of stolen classified documents about the Vietnam War. It was called the Pentagon Papers. Remember that? Liberals loved it. Books were written celebrating their bravery. As recently as 2011, the Washington Post saw the connection. Quote, a conviction of Julian Assange would also cause collateral damage to American media freedoms, the Post op-ed said that year. Quote, it is difficult to distinguish Assange or WikiLeaks from the Washington Post. And that's true. But that was before the Trump election and the total war that followed, a war in which the media have definitively chosen a side. Press freedom? Sure, as long as we agree with your politics. The First Amendment? Well, that all depends. Who'd you vote for? The guardians of speech are now the enemies of speech. The people charged with policing power are now colluding with power. There's a reason you see John Brennan on NBC all the time. They're all in the same team now. We're not saying any of this to defend Julian Assange. We just want to be absolutely clear about who hurts this country more, and it's not him.
Oh, that was pretty good. I mean, there's a couple of things there that I wouldn't agree with, but he did a pretty good breakdown.
True.
So what? I guess you guys are finishing up, so I'll just wait.
He's been on point lately. The only one on Fox.
Yeah.
And I don't like him, but he has been on point. And I'm shocked at Shepard Smith going along with the neoliberals.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they infiltrated Fox News. What do you expect?
And maybe, I mean, yeah, who knows? Maybe he's not gonna be at Fox News for very long if he keeps talking on point.
Well, they kept Shepard Smith, and he sat alongside with the Democrats.
Yeah. Well,
He be going after Trump. That's why I think he kind of worded things the way he did, saying he not promoting them. I guess not to lose his job. He was just telling the truth.
give me a second, just replying. Okay. Oh, anything else? I guess besides politics. I don't like politics. It's just
I understand.
manipulation of the American or any public, really. Unfortunately.
There is like I was like looking up like memes like you know how they made like the big deal about the clown Pepe, Hong Kong clown world. How you know how like fake news media just make that into a big deal and say it's like racist and stuff like that.
Yeah. They don't like Pepe.
And now they're making a big deal about, you know, the clown Pepe. Yeah. And there was like this one girl that like she like went insane. Her name is like Lil Lunchbox. I mean, she looks like a female Brian Stelter in a way.
I just don't understand why the left aren't creative enough to create an alt meme of Pepe. Maybe like make a skunk frog like Pepe Le Pew and reuse it against the people who use Pepe in that way. I mean, there are things you could do, but people just they just rail against Pepe. I just think it's funny.
Their problem is they use too much money on the consultants for dummies. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Oh man. But I feel like this whole event is gonna take a long time. Like the extradition to
it's
Sweden.
Gonna drag on like 2016.
Yeah,
I think gonna win. He's gonna win. Trump's gonna win.
No.
After that Russia investigation.
They'll just throw something else out there. They don't. It's not about winning for them. It's just about spearing and using lies, using propaganda as lies. Hey, it's just a playbook that even Gore Vidal says that's been used ever since Woodrow Wilson instituted using Hollywood for government propaganda.
Fucking Hollywood.
And all they doing is raising his favorability ratings. And that's sad. I don't want that man in 2020 again.
What? I thought you were a Trump supporter. I mean, your husband says you're a Trump supporter. Does your family still call you a Trump supporter?
Sometimes. I know my husband do. Every time we talk about politics, he gets mad because he always watches MSNBC or CNN. And we looking at what they saying. I said, why do you watch that shit? It ain't nothing but propaganda. They're not telling you the truth. He's like, yo, you defending Trump. You a Trump supporter. I said, well, I hate to have to defend him. They need to get on him. They can get on him about policies. About him having Mexico build the wall. They ain't go after him about that. And there are lots of other things they ain't go after him on policy. But they won't do it. But they keep giving them more money for the Defense Department. I love their resistance.
Oh, thank you, Yuya Nemoto. My second super chat ever. I'm gonna definitely screenshot that. I remember the days of super chatting Tim Black. Remember all that? Those days when I was making money? And now I make no money. But you know, it's I like what I do.
Well.
What was that?
There's also Streamlabs as well.
Yeah. I'm wondering about switching up. I like having control of everything locally without going to the cloud. So who knows? Maybe I'll do a bit of both, cloud and local. I need to mix up a lot of things just so.
My husband been teasing me, talking about he gonna bring an Alexa in here. I say, no, the hell you not.
Alexa?
Yeah.
You mean like I don't know. What do you mean, like Alexa the?
That Amazon thing.
Amazon, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, no. I mean, they just put out that Amazon employees are listening to people's conversations on that. That ain't Amazon employees. That's the CIA. Bezos got a contract with them and the CIA and the Department of Defense.
Yeah.
It's basically a spy machine that, you know, yep. And it's programmed. Like, I watched, like, oh, shit.
Yeah, they want to say it's the employees of Amazon. No, it's not. That's propaganda. It's the government.
And I need to get the same size. Sorry, I'm just focusing on something here. So transform, copy, transform, paste, transform. Here we go. Oh, what happened?
Oh, Eric's phone burnt out. He said he'd be back soon.
Okay. I'm serious. You guys need to get your own show, the Eric and Shirley show. All right, listening in. And then if you had your special guest, like your husband, that would make sparks fly. Remember, wasn't there a show like in the 80s, He Said, She Said, or was that like just a movie?
I can't remember that one.
I think it was a movie, but there might have been a TV show that might have went after that, because of the popularity of the movie. But I mean, that would be pretty good.
We're like James Carville and his wife. He's a Democrat. She was a Republican, but she turned independent after Trump ran. Everybody lost their minds after Trump won. They don't use critical thinking anymore.
Yeah.
Not at all. And a lot of them don't know about these wars that's going on. But basically, a lot of Trump supporters know about these wars and about Assange. Because one guy I watched, Mike Rivera, he was getting done with Trump with these wars in Syria and standing behind Israel. And when Assange got arrested, he said, I'm done. I'm done. I don't support him no more. And a lot of his callers called in and said the same thing. So when I saw him, the reporter asked, you still love WikiLeaks? He said, I don't know what WikiLeaks is. I don't have nothing to do with WikiLeaks. I'm like, oh my God. What, he has dementia now? There's so many video clips about him mentioning WikiLeaks.
Was my phone, my bad.
No problem.
I was actually going to say about Alexa, there's like this Steven Crowder video, like where he started asking Alexa these questions. I just think Alexa is just, programmed with the mainstream narrative instead of an actual independent source.
Now they try to kill independence.
Exactly.
Hey, any of you guys watch The Last Vagabond?
Mm-mm.
He's good. He be getting breaking news about what's going on in all those interventionist wars. He's real good. And I like Kip Simpson. He don't do live. He do live videos once in a blue moon, but he always do breaking news.
Are you talking about The Last American Vagabond? I think I might be subscribed to him on my main channel.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Every day he have a new video on about what's going on over there in the Middle East.
Yeah, I am subscribed to him on my main channel. Which
he hasn't been doing a lot of long live shows though. He may do about a half hour or an hour.
Yeah, I mean it's good. I think a lot. Yeah, like you said, people don't have critical thinking anymore. But like their attention span of the normal average person is like 5 to 10 minutes, if even that.
Yeah.
So watching like 15 to 30 minutes is tough for a lot of people. And like yeah, for my stuff that's 3.5 hours, I can't. People don't like watching that, but I try to break things down. I know you do, Shirley.
Informative.
Yeah, but I do try to make summaries now and break down certain things and topics as close to 15 minutes or less as I can. But sometimes it just doesn't go my way. Because I like doing things live, so I can actually show people that I am clicking on actual websites and showing on videos that are actually out there, and that there's a timestamp. People can say, hey, this is different than when you were showing it, Ebon, and you were showing it live, rather than making up a whole bunch of videos that I download and edit and present where I'm talking fast like this so you can understand my points, and we'll go to the next point, and there you go. Right? Which a lot of YouTubers do because they have to present a lot of information fast. But that's what I like about a whole bunch of different people out there creating content and researching and looking into things, is they present it in their own way, and it's not that standard way that our current newscasters and mainstream media display things or explain things.
And yesterday, Kip Simpson, he broke the story. Obama former aide, his former counsel, was indicted in the Mueller-related investigation, and is Podesta involved. He's good. He gets some good stuff. And you know, the Clinton Foundation involved with that Nexium group.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's kind of gone away, right? The Nexium. I don't even remember how you call it.
I don't think it's going away because Kip Simpson still be breaking stuff from that story. They get updates.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, Allison Mack pleads guilty. I remember watching Smallville. Man, that's just weird stuff.
That woman, the head of it, I forgot her name, but she was paying for all the defenders' defense. This older lady.
Yeah, the one who's like heiress to something.
Yeah.
Like $1 million or $1 billion thing.
That foundation is corrupt.
There's bigger foundations that are corrupt.
And Obama's is corrupt too.
Yeah, they're all slush funds anyway.
Yeah. They say they charity. You ain't fucking charity.
It's opportunism right there.
Yeah, the whole what was that term called? Isn't it P word? Philanthropy. You know, that's just
oh yeah, that's what they call it. You ain't no goddamn philanthropist at all.
So let's see. I'm trying to find
and some of them Hollywood stars involved with that crap. I believe John Legend is. He involved with that Hillary Clinton foundation. He creeps me out. There's something about him I just don't like.
Man, so...
And he's from my area.
Nancy Salzman, they called her the prefect, the Nexium, whatever. The feds seized $523,000 in cash. That's a lot of cash. Lauren Salzman, I think that's who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait. No, Claire Bronfman, I think. She's the heiress to the Seagram Liquor Company.
Name.
Yeah, Seagrams.
Yeah, Seagrams. The
like
soda company that will kill you.
And here's the thing: why would someone need more money with a cult if you're an heiress to the Seagram Liquor Company? Most likely, it's the whole control
they
part.
Freaks, man, they freaks. They had them people, the people from Hollywood and stuff, bring their kids. They be doing things to them children. That's jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick. And I believe Jay-Z and Beyonce involved in that. What's that artist, Podesta, and them be involved with? They go to her. She do these weird paintings, and they do sacrifice babies and children, and it's disgusting.
Yeah. Let's talk happy things.
Ain't many things happy to talk about with the way this world is going. They trying to create martial law in this country.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
And people don't realize it. And people don't realize it.
I know that they're trying to create martial law, but they're going to fail. They're going to end up failing at the very end.
I hope they do fail because all this shit they putting in food and medicine and in the vaccines, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, there's a Tucker Carlson guest that says we need martial law on the border. But that's just the last extent. I mean, that's just a sign when the government realizes that they don't hold control over people anymore, where martial law will kick in.
One thing, they at the border and the government is smuggling drugs and stuff through there. That's why they fighting and they want to make black folks extinct because they want them to be their new voters. And you know what analogy is jacked up? What if because most of Latinos are Catholic. A lot of them will vote Republican. Then the Dems will lose again. It's just crazy. And all these people got Yale and Harvard degrees. They uneducated fools. That's all I have to say. That's what my grandmother called people with degrees. A lot of them are uneducated fools.
I don't know. I would call them indoctrinated fools, I guess, or the higher level indoctrinated fools, useful idiots. I don't know.
I don't know, but when you think about it, look at that college scandal. Some well-to-do cheated to get in college. I really believe a lot of them not smart. They're uneducated fools.
Yeah, paying a lot of money into it.
Yeah, and my thing is like Trump. He went to some college at first. He failed out of there. And he had somebody he knew at Wharton at the University of Penn, and they got him in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's all who you know.
Yeah. And wasn't that one of the things that Trump started? He started Trump University or something like that? That kind of went under the radar.
That was a gag.
Was that a gag?
Yeah, he settled that lawsuit because it wasn't real teachers. Yeah, that was horrible. Some people paid all that money. It's a shame.
And what happened was there was a $25 million settlement, which is pretty cheap, I would say.
Yeah, it was. He's not hurting.
Yeah.
He's making money always at Mar-a-Lago off the taxpayers.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he made a lot of money out of his campaign. Most people lose money in their presidential campaigns, but he made sure that he used his own venues to host.
Yeah, that's just like Obama lost a lot of money, left the DNC broke after his 2 campaigns.
Yeah.
I think that was purposely done so Hillary could take over. They just knew she was going to win. I said, these fools, all this education they supposedly have, they are stupid. Thinking they was going to be spying on Trump and doing all the stuff to get him out of office. They knew they had to have a B plan because they know Trump knew she was a horrible candidate.
Oh, their B plan was Trump.
Yeah.
It's like their A plan is, well, we got to beat Bernie somehow. Oh, well, we'll just rig it. Plan B is, hey, all these candidates look pretty bad. Let's against Hillary, let's try to get Trump running. We could beat Trump. That backfired.
Yeah, because they should have got worried when he beat all 16 other Republican candidates.
Yeah.
They elevated Trump.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. See, they asked for it in them goddamn emails. Elevate Trump, the media.
What I don't get is, I mean, there wasn't like a big players in the 2016 presidential election for the Republican side. I mean, I think the next biggest one was like Ted Cruz. I mean, Hillary would have beat Ted Cruz pretty easily.
I don't think so. Beto couldn't even beat him.
Really?
In the Senate. No, I don't think Hillary couldn't beat no one. None of them Republican candidates. No.
Probably. I mean, the presidential candidates in the Republican side, the Republicans weren't even enthusiastic. That's how Trump pretty much took over, because no one was excited about any of the candidates.
He had nicknames for every last one.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that who Hillary would have had a bad time against would have been what's his name?
Marco Rubio?
Not Marco Rubio. I don't think.
Rand Paul.
Rand Paul. I think
she would have had a hard time against Rand Paul. Now I think he could have beat her.
Who?
Rand Paul.
Yeah. I think that's who maybe the campaign staff or campaign manager were worried about, Hillary going against Rand Paul. I don't think they were worried about anyone else. I don't think they were worried about Ted Cruz. I don't think they were worried about Marco Rubio. I think they were really worried about Rand Paul.
What he called Marco Rubio?
Little Marco.
Something about him. No, it was Little Marco.
Yes.
I thought it was something about him not always being there for votes. And just said it. Because he was known for that.
Yeah, so let's look at the top 10 nicknames, top 10 Trump nicknames. Let's see.
I forgot he gave Biden one recently. I forgot what it was. I was cracking up.
So number 1 is Crooked Hillary. Number 2 is Kim Jong-un's Little Rocket Man. For Jeb Bush is Low Energy Jeb.
He was low energy.
Number 4, it's Lion Ted. That's for Ted Cruz. Number 4 is Pocahontas for Elizabeth Warren.
She is Pocahontas.
Number 6 is Failing New York Times. 7 is 17 Angry Democrats. Or number 7. Number 8 is Crazy Maxine Waters. Number 9 is, for Marco Rubio, is Little Marco. And then number 10 is Crazy Joe Biden. Those nicknames, they do crack me up.
Creepy Joe. Creepy Joe.
He's a TV actor.
Nathan Fowler, did y'all see the Trump as Braveheart video? I didn't see that. I did see Trump as Batman, that video. I like that one. Let's see. Trump as Braveheart.
But you know what, Crash? You know what made him run? I think that correspondence White House dinner when Obama was still in office, and he railed on Trump, cracking all them jokes, and Trump sat there with that tight face, just nodding his head up and down. And Barack Obama said, "You can never be president." He never went back to another correspondence dinner again.
Yeah.
And then he ran for president.
Yeah. Oh, they made an actual wiki page of list of nicknames used by Donald Trump. There's a whole list.
Really makes you think.
Ted Cruz, Lion Ted, Texas Ted, Beautiful Ted. It's just weird. Dick Durbin, called him Dickie Durbin. Dianne Feinstein, Sneaky Dianne Feinstein, or Leaking Dianne Feinstein.
Yeah, because she had that China spy on her staff.
Yeah. Al Franken, he called him Al Frankenstein. Oh man. I mean, does he just like sit up all night and is like, or does it just come to him and he just says it? You know? Yeah. It just I just wonder if he's he calls Barack Obama cheating Obama, and Bernie Sanders crazy Bernie.
He always called Bernie crazy.
Yeah. Jeff Sessions, he calls him Mr. Magoo or dumb
Oh, yeah.
He calls Rex Tillerson dumb as a rock. Oh man. He calls a former CIA operations officer Evan McMullen McMuffin. He calls Jeff Flakey or rejected Senator Jeff Flake. Oh
yeah, he's a major reject right there.
Yeah. James Comey, he's got the most. He calls him Leaking Lion James Comey, or Leaking James Comey, or Sanctimonious James Comey, Lying James Comey, Slimeball James Comey, Slippery James Comey, and Shady James Comey. He's got like 7 different names for James Comey. And he calls George H.W. Bush original. Oh man. That's just good stuff.
I think he just come up with those names for him.
Yeah.
He watches their movements and stuff, and then he come up with a name for them.
Yeah.
It was easy for Jeb, low energy. He was low energy.
Yeah. But he does resort to a lot of just normalized, like if he can't think of a original one, he just calls him crazy or sloppy. Here's Glenn Beck, wacky Glenn Beck, irrelevant Glenn Beck, failing Glenn Beck, and Samantha Bee, no talent Samantha Bee. Paul Begala.
Samantha Bee's a bitch.
Paul Begala, he calls him Dopey CNN Flunky. Mika Brzezinski, dumb as a rock Mika, or low IQ crazy Mika. Oh man. This brought tears to my eyes. We seem to just find humor in in the Trumpisms, Trump names. Oh man. And calls Don Lemon Sour Lemon. And the dumbest man on television. Sour Lemon. Oh. Chuck Todd, Sleepy Eyes, or Sleeping Son of a Bitch.
He do look sleepy eyed.
I mean, oh my goodness, this is a long list. I mean, this whole thing is it has 153 references. This entire page of a wiki page dedicated to nicknames used by Donald Trump.
Did he call Joe Scarborough a name?
Let me see. Psycho Joe. I mean,
Didn't he like start his like own band or something and makes his own music?
I don't know. I mean, I just wasn't Joe like a Republican originally.
Yeah, he was. He was in the House or the Senate at one time. He's wishy-washy. Him and Mika.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Peter Strozak, FBI lover boy. Tainted FBI agent. FBI lover boy.
Did you watch the hearing with him? What's that? I don't know if he's a senator or a congressman. Oh, I can't remember his name. He said, Did you tell your wife about your affair? I was like, damn. And that was a live hearing.
Yeah. Oh.
Gohmert. That's his name, Gohmert. That's his last name. Louis Gohmert?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was
And
grilling
that
his
one
butt.
lady's like, oh, you need your medication.
Because Washington Post, Amazon Washington Post.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Might as well just call it the Amazon Post.
Yeah. Man. Oh, he calls Marco D'Antonio a broken down hack. Oh man, he's. I you know, I don't know if he has like a team or if he just makes it up. If he has a team, I want to be on his team of just making nicknames for people. That would just be,
I'd make up terrible nicknames like.
That would just be a fun job to have. It'd be a mean job, but it'd be a fun job.
He makes up. I think he makes up the names. You know, ain't no team to tell him. I think he makes it up. He's in Hollywood.
Yeah, but he comes up with the dumbest stuff. That's why it's also funny. Like Justin Trudeau, he calls him Justin from Canada. I mean, it's dumb, but it's still funny because it's so dumb.
And that guy may not win his re-election. He's another Barack Obama.
Yeah, I don't think Canadians are happy about Trudeau.
Hell no. I think he fired someone from a party. This woman.
I don't know.
He's being investigated for corruption.
Man.
They could have done that when Obama was in office, but he was the clean Messiah. They never mentioned anything he did wrong. They worried about his legacy. They still try to say that fucking ACA.
We were talking about Obama, not Trudeau, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because everybody, well, picture me, y'all. Somebody come up to you, such and such happened. It's because of Trump. No, it's not. This been going on before Trump got in office. They don't know.
Yeah.
Just like they put out, Trump is caging immigrant children. And Trump came out and said he told the truth. Obama did the same thing. Yes, he did. And he was worse than any other president doing it.
You know, I think my next YouTube video is just gonna be a fun one. It's just gonna be the funniest Trump nicknames.
He'll come up with something new every day.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody will say something about him, he come up with a nickname.
That's why it's hard for just the mainstream media not to have him on, just because he's gonna say something dumb, but people love the dumb stuff he says. Just because they're just waiting for just some nickname or something
all
else.
they're doing is helping them get reelected again.
Yeah.
They're re-elevating him once again.
Yeah. They didn't learn from 2016. And the MSNBC is on the payroll of DNC.
MSDNC.
Yep.
Oh, man.
What do you guys think about Donna Brazil being a contributor over at Fox News?
I'm surprised they. Oh, she did what kind of came out with the whole DNC leak thing, right? So I guess that's why they'd hire her.
I wonder if she'll leak questions again.
Well, she definitely wasn't gonna become like a DNC lead. She wasn't gonna be like a good CNN contributor after that fallout. So her only options left were to jump ship and find a job on the opposing side.
Well, she's the second black woman on there as a contributor.
I mean, it's like when the left's hired, what's her name, Megyn Kelly, right? She was big.
Oh, I can't stand her. Her and Sonny Hostin got into it about a sign. It's a video clip out about that. So Sonny Hostin is an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And she was still explaining to Meghan McCain, because she was like, oh, I hope he burn in hell. And she was explaining to the Obama administration didn't file charges against him because he is a journalist. Mm-hmm. And that's taking away the First Amendment right. She's a spoiled brat. And thinks her father is the greatest.
Isn't she making a lot of money though?
Ankles is a little fucking brat bitch.
She is.
Can't fucking stand her.
She always going after Joy Behar. Joy Behar is getting tired of her because she don't show her no respect. And she looks just like her father. She got his big head.
I didn't know she left CNN, but she left with $69 million contract still intact. What?
Who?
Megyn Kelly. January 2019. That's a lot of money.
No, that wasn't CNN. That was NBC.
I think she works at NBC. Okay, yeah. Here it says. Sorry, CNN is the article. She leaves NBC with all of her $69 million contract.
Yeah, because they let go of Tamron Hall, that was on there for a long time. Wow. Put her in that spot, but her ratings were low. And people was like, why would they hire her? They know her racist tone.
Man, so she only did 1.5 years of a 3-year contract for a total of $69 million. Whew. A year and a half of work for almost $35 million.
And they're not journalists; they're just stenographers. They're given a script, and they gotta read it and go by it. If they don't, they'll lose their jobs.
Man, it's just
we only have crazy. Independent journalists out here now.
Yeah. They love because of offensive Halloween costumes.
Offensive Halloween costumes, you say?
For remarks about I don't think he should be fired for that, but I think they overpaid her. But they overpay everyone on news. Like, really? It's like you could get news from anybody. People who make no money. Truth is pretty much free. You know, it's the lies you gotta convince people of, and the better the liar, the more you're gonna get paid. Yeah.
They're nothing but stenographers. They get a script had that paperwork laying down on that desk, and they reading from it.
Yeah.
They're basically, well, they're basically like Hollywood stars, but for politics.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to cut it short because I've got a long day tomorrow. My wife is taking a class, so I've got to take care of the kids solo, without a car.
Okay.
So
thank you again, Ebon.
Yeah.
Greatly appreciate it. Had a lot of fun. Thank you again, Shirley, as well.
I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I'll enjoy this.
Same
You guys
here.
have yourself a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend, and love you all.
You too. Same with
You
everyone
too,
in chat.
Eric
Thank you
and
for tuning
Evan.
in.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.